by a show of applause, who here likes large family gatherings? Anyone? All right, a few of you. Yes, I also like large family gatherings. One day, I hope to be a part of one. But it made me think that a lot of my friends, I'm at an interesting age where I'm almost 30, and a lot of my friends are at that point in their life where they're like building their families and having kids. And I'm not doing any of that. So whenever I hang out with my friends now, I am reintroduced to the kids' table at like social functions, but it's not called the kids' table anymore, it's called the singles table. But the only single people there are me and my friends' kids. But it's interesting because there's always a moment every dinner where they look at me and I look back at them and then they say, "Are you a grown-up?" And I say, "That's a good question, kids. A very, very good question." And they say, well, are you married? And I say, "No, kids, I'm not married." They say, "Do you have a car?" I say, "No, I don't have a car." "Do you have a house?" "No, kids, I have none of this. And I'm doing well. Thank you very much." But yeah, so, but I do feel like I'm doing well. My friend the other day, after she put her son to bed, she was like, "Do you want to play a game?" And I was like, "Not really, just because like I cared about that friendship too much. I'm a very competitive person. I didn't want to ruin the friendship." And then she's like, "No, this game is fun." And then she pulled it out, and it was called Hunt a Killer. Who has heard of this? What? A few of you. There's actually a game. It's called Hunt a Killer, where the game basically has you hunt a killer, a fake killer that leaves clues everywhere, and you try to find the killer. And she was like, "This is a great game. I just ordered it." We played it for about 3 hours, and at the end of the game, I said, "You know what? There is a free version of this game I really want to direct your attention to. I think you'll really like it." And she's like, "Oh my God, where is it?" And I was like, "Let me give you the URL. You can download it. This is the web address. It's located at FBI.gov, the top 10 most wanted lists. Like, these are hardened criminals out here. They need our help. That's why they have a top 10 most wanted list." It ruined the friendship, but it's okay. It's all right, everyone. We're all on our own journeys. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was like, "Have you ever looked at an anglerfish?" And I was like, "I don't know. Maybe." And then I looked it up on my own time. I did supplemental research. And I found out that anglerfish are those really horrible looking fish from Finding Nemo. That, like, that scene where Marlin's like, "Look at this pretty light. This light makes me happy." And then it's that horrible fish. That's an anglerfish. And when this is very true. When scientists first started studying anglerfish, they're like, "We don't understand this fish. We don't know how they have children. We just keep catching female anglerfish. And they all have this parasite attached to them." And then it turned out the parasite wasn't a parasite. The parasite was actually male anglerfish. That when they find a female anglerfish, the male anglerfish just latches on to the female anglerfish. And then the female anglerfish drains all the life out of the male anglerfish and drags its lifeless body around the sea floor. And I read this, and nothing is a better analogy for my last relationship than a lifeless husk of a human being dragged from point A to point B. So this question for you all, who was dragged here tonight? Round of applause. Oh, come on. No one? All right, male anglerfish. It's fine. It's fine. It's not okay, everyone. You can listen. Okay. It's all right, everyone. I know when to move on. And you might think the time is now. Listen to me when I tell you this. I'm not good at dealing with human interactions. You've probably ascertained that by now. And because of that, I'm in therapy. And thank you. Round of applause for therapy. Yes, therapy. Oh, wonderful. If you didn't cheer, go to therapy immediately. Yes, therapy is wonderful. And the other day I was like, my therapist is a saint. Her name is Dr. Nesbitt. And the other day I was like, Dr. Nesbitt, I really want to ask someone on a date and I don't know how to do it. Can you give me some pointers? And she was like, well, I don't know if I can help you with that. I've never had to ask anyone on a date. And I was like, wow, I pay you money to make me feel better about myself. Not to hear about how great you are. I say everything to Dr. Nesbitt, but now I have to get a new therapist just to talk about Dr. Nesbitt. So where do you go when you need to talk about your therapist? To another therapist, but then it's just a cycle of therapists. I see what's going on here. But, you know, I'm not really... She's provided no help, but it's okay. But I'm trying to get better at human interactions is what I'm trying to say. And it all kind of came to a head the other week. I was in the lunchbox snack aisle of the Giant, right down the street. Maybe you know. And this little child came up to me and was like, hi, I'm lost. And I was like, oh my God, there has to be an adult here. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'm that adult. I guess this is my time. And then so I looked back at the child and I was like, that's okay. That was the good part of the exchange. It all goes downhill. I was like, that's okay. We all feel lost sometimes. I myself am feeling a bit lost in my own professional life at the moment. And she walked away. But it's okay, everyone, because the next week I actually saw her at the singles table. I was able to apologize. You all have been most